What's going on, everyone? It's Mike. It's John back again. Mike is feeling slightly better. Not 100%, certainly not 75%, but slightly better than 50%. And that's the sort of performance that I'm expecting from Everton in this game. 50% of nothing, because I am dreading this game. I watched Sean Dyche's press conference earlier, John, and he didn't fill me with confidence. They obviously had a bit of a game midweek. What's your thoughts, mate? You excited, nervous? What are you thinking?
Past being nervous, especially when you play a team like Arsenal, who have got, winners all over the pitch, quality all over the pitch, title contenders. Saka playing out of his skin. They're doing well in Europe. They had a little bit of a blip. It looks like they're over that, just in time to play Everton. So you say you're feeling 50%, and Everton have got you're not expecting that percentage from Everton. Mate, we need to play a 500% to stand any chance of even getting a point. It's a tough game. I want it out the way. I want December out the way. And basically we go again in the final home run from January onwards. This is a tough, tough game.
Yeah, last weekend was a bit annoying for me, because we would have gone into the Merseyside derby with a little bit of optimism after beating Crystal Palace, and then we didn't play, and now it feels like what?
Wolves we played, not Crystal Palace.
Oh, sorry, Wolves. That moment. Yeah, we played Wolves, and it feels like it's been too long a gap, if you get what I mean. That emphasis, that enthusiasm. The only positive is that, players like Broja have trained more, and, they played in that behind closed doors game against Mansfield, etc. But all in all, it's horrible going to the Emirates. I've seen us lose 4-0, 5-0, 5-1.
We haven't got a great record there, have we? And and I think we've said on here a few times this season that our away performances have been slightly better than the home performances. They're going to have to be massively, massively better to even, put a glove on them, Michael. They pass most teams off the park. They've got quality in every position. You look at the bench, they've got quality to bring on. These are going to push Liverpool close. I think they're over the blip. Liverpool haven't had one yet. Most teams have one. I'm dreading it. You've got Saka, who's a phenomenal player. You've got Martinelli. You've also got the other side of it, where they score goals from set pieces for fun. I think they've got so many records this season of assists by Saka, and how many goals they've scored, and how many goals from set pieces they've scored, and they're just smashing it. And when they come up against an Everton team, as you quite rightly say, any confidence that we had from the Wolves game is probably being forgot about now, because it does seem a good time ago, that we beat Wolves 4-0. Good to see Broja get a behind closed doors minutes under his belt, and I do think he'll get a lot more minutes this week, because we're either going to be going for the win, and it's 0-0 with 10 minutes to go and he goes for it, which Sean Dyche doesn't do, but that's what I'd do. Or we're going to be 4-5-0 down with 10 minutes to go and he just gives them more minutes. We're 4-5-0 down, Michael, and there's still a good part of the game left. Just give him game time. Just put him on. What have you got to lose? Get him ready for next week against Chelsea at home. Oh, no, we can't play. Can't even play against Chelsea.
No. And this is the thing. It's a bit of a conundrum, really, because when you're starting, we know who's going to start in front of him. Lindstrom, Decore, Harrison. None of them are good enough. None of those are good enough. I think Broja is a better player than all of them in every attacking sense. So when's you starting? And that's the problem.
Coming off the left. Does he come in off the left, Broja?
But I think he can kind of play anywhere across the front three. But yes, traditionally he's off the left.
Well, I mean, if he's not going to play him up front through the middle, he has played there before for Chelsea. Put him in there in place of Dominic Calvert-Lewin. If he doesn't, I'd have no problem playing Ndiaye Broja, and Calvert-Lewin. You know, there's enough creativity there to give Calvert-Lewin enough chances to score. Again, we'll go back to his one-on-ones. We need to get the ball in the box for Calvert-Lewin to score with his head because he's shit with his feet one-on-one.
Yeah. In terms of team, are you actually expecting any changes or?
Well, you listen to his press conference. I don't know who's fit. I don't know who's touch and go. I don't know who's.
To be honest, I expect the team to be as was last week. I don't see any changes.
But he's not going to change the team. That's 1-4-0, is he?
He's not. But
Wolves.
He's not. But it sounds really silly. But he should. You know, because that team, yes, it played well, but that team should have probably scored another 3, 4, 5 goals.
Yeah, sure.
There's more goals in that team. Broja come on and was brilliant for 10 minutes. Yeah. Really exciting footballer. I didn't necessarily feel like Njai was in the game massively. O'Neill, Dwight McNeil, sorry, not O'Neill, McNeil. I've struggled with him at times this season, but I've also looked at him and gone, he's been really weird this season because when he carries the ball, he's got that bit of skill, that trickery to beat a man, and he can do it quite quickly. But it's his pace. He's got no pace. He's not quick. And I think
he's definitely better. He's definitely better than the number 10, McNeil, for me. Definitely. He's had some good games there this season. We've said that on here. You know, Dwight McNeil in that role was better because it's pointless putting him on the wing because, as you quite rightly say, he's got quick feet, but he can't go past the person. If he's got no one on him, then he puts a great ball into the box. If he's got no one on him, we've seen it this season. He's very capable of scoring long-range goals. Dwight McNeil, he's got a good shot on him. He can't go past people. So I agree with you about Ndiaye. I thought wasn't one of his better games, but listen, we can't stand here and slag him off because, again, I think he's been fantastic for us this season. But you're quite right with what you say. It could have been another 3 or 4 goals scored there. Calvert-Lewin missed a couple of chances. It's a great question you're asked. When do you start Broja? Because I don't see him starting this week. He can't play against Chelsea because it's his parent club. So then you're looking at the week after. He will have more minutes in his legs, obviously training. If they do organise another behind closed doors, probably won't because the fixtures come thick and fast now. But it's all about Premier League fitness and match fitness. It's okay getting these minutes in your legs at Finch Farm, Michael. But there's, I sound like Sean Dyche now. He's got to be match fit, and he has. And the only way you get match fit is by playing. So, do you put him in this week? Do you play him in a role behind Calvert-Lewin and find the space for him? Because we've got to take what we can get from this game, Michael, at Arsenal, and I don't see us getting anything. Do we go into this game? And I know we can't really afford it. This is a question to you. Do we sort of go into this game with having Broja with more minutes in his legs now, using it as a let's see, if you know what I mean? Do you put him in and sort of see what he can do if he starts a game and put him in a role just behind Calvert-Lewin or out wide cutting in? Do we use this as, I won't say a training game, but do you see what I'm trying to say? Sort of use it for Broja to see what he's capable of if he starts the game and what he can give us. It's a bit like to free it, this game, isn't it? Because we're going into this game and I know we can't afford free hits and it's only 13, 14 games in, but every Evertonian, Michael's not expecting to get nothing here. So just use this game to see what we can get out of him.
Yeah. I actually agree. I just don't think Dyche does. For me, I actually would have no issue starting Broja. I wouldn't. I
wouldn't.
But Dyche won't do it. So then you look at the amount of minutes, and that's a difficult one because I don't know how many minutes he's going to give him. He needs at least, in my opinion, a half. But when was the last time you saw Sean Dyche make a substitution at half time? I don't think I've ever seen it.
I don't think he's made one on 60 minutes neither, has he? You know, it's
and that's what I mean. So you know, the more I sit there and I think about this game, the more I think I just want to go there, be compact, and it sounds awful, but almost play for a draw because we're not going to win. The only way we can beat Arsenal, I would argue, that can even score against Arsenal, is by pace on the counter attack. And the only person we've got with pace really is Broja.
yeah. I mean, you know, the manager did change it a couple of weeks ago when we were all calling out for certain substitutions of certain players to be starting. I think he'd really done it with Brandtwaite, didn't he? You know, I think that he started to listen to the crowd noises, but he's that stubborn. How many times does he do that? And as you quite rightly say, when does he put Broja in? When does he? I'd have no problem starting him because we're going to need a miracle to get anything at the Emirates on Saturday. I'm dreading it. But I will say what we said about the derby in the match preview. We just wanted to keep it respectable. We didn't want a cricket score and, you know, to knock the lads' confidence after a 4-0 win against, no disrespect, but to Wolves. Again, that's all I'm asking for. You know, show a bit of fight, a bit of passion, a bit of effort. See what you can come away from there, but just keep the score down and don't get embarrassed. And I said exactly the same in the derby preview because that's what it feels like, doesn't it?
Score prediction?
3-0 Arsenal.
I'll go 2-0 Arsenal, but I mean, it's by the by.
The problem is, we both haven't predicted we're going to score.
The problem is, if they score 2 goals early, it could be 6.
Oh, that's what I'm worried about. You know, don't let them start their passing game. And listen, Arsenal play most teams off the park. They do. They've done it under Wenger. They're doing it under Arteta. You know, they've done it for years. They're well coached. They're well drilled. They have a great pattern to their play where they play most teams off the park. Don't let them do that earlier on. Make them have to think of something else. Because listen, this Arsenal team are going into this game thinking, and Arteta will be thinking the same as well. Just play them off the park and we should beat them easy. That's what his team talk will be. You know, play them off the park, play the triangles. When you get a chance, get in behind them because they're slow at the back. They've got no pace apart from Brandtwaite. But if Michael Keane or Tarkowski play, target them players, target the fullbacks because they've got no pace. It's easy. It's easy to score against Everton when you're Arsenal. We need to stop that earlier on and keep the score down and see where we go from there. Because as you quite rightly say, 2-0 after 20 minutes, half an hour, could be 4-5-6 now.
Yeah. Right. I've got nothing else to add, John.
No, we'll leave it there. Hopefully, well, have a feeling it could be tomorrow, the day.
We'll see.
We will see. It's gonna put it this way. We're saying that for weeks now, and it's gonna be by the end of next week. It's got to be, hasn't it, I think?
Yeah, it's happening.
And we'll be first on it. I'll be in my car telling the passenger to shut up while we do a video. The minute it breaks, we're on.
Brilliant. Right, guys, make sure you hit the like and subscribe, but make sure you go and treat yourself to something from the shop down below in the description, backboard.com. Make sure you go and treat yourselves. And we will see you all soon. Peace.